Last time we have explored the important Palestinian symbol of olives, the birthplace of Jesus, the Jewish-only apartheid street, and witnessing the protests against Israeli occupation. Today, we'll get off the beaten path with a visit to Al Adda refugee camp, the lost city of Sebastia, sample the freshest kebab, visit where Jesus cured the 7 lepers, and prepare to be amazed at the making of the handmade towel in Naples. Anything I can do, you can do, all done safely, inexpensively, and easily. Part 2 of DIY Destinations Palestine, and you are invited. We are so fortunate to live in a small world with so many cultures, so much beauty, and so much diversity. The world waits for no one, and it's up to each of us to discover its magnificent destinations. Initially, on our way back, I want to visit Rachel's tomb near Buckingham, but it's inaccessible from our side of the wall built unilaterally by Israel. So I decided to go off the beaten path by seeing the Adda refugee camp nearby. It's not easy to find if you're a solo traveler, so I'd like to share with you the perspective of Palestinian refugees and the life inside the camp. Along the way to entrance, we saw murals of nonviolent political prisoners. Many are still held in Israeli prisons without trial, just indefinite detentions, some of them for over 20 years. I began the daily reality of life in the refugee camp after a group of teenagers come to warn us of Israeli armored vehicles ahead, and we are hit with the unbearable smell of tear gas. Tear gas, first time, and it really drives me insane. So I'm going to see how Palestinian people live, because a lot of them have one of these. They definitely need it.
Good.
It's not right as it should be down like this. Okay.
You can try it with the
It's the experience with the tear gas there.
2008 as the biggest key of the world.
The key of return dominates Adda's refugee camp's entrance. It symbolizes the rights of Palestinians to return to your homeland. And even today, many have kept their original keys to their homes when they left in 1948.
Return back for their homeland. It's one day because
The street is filled with fresh tear gas canisters and rubber bullets almost on a daily basis. More than 100? I normally don't swear, but I'm pretty civilized. The Israeli soldiers are often accused of shooting at civilian targets, such as a UN school. The windows are permanently boarded to protect the children from live bullets. You mean that?
Yeah, this one.
The UN school?
Yeah, real bullets. And it was very hot at the summer and very cold at the winter, so it was not so easy life.
So are you still considered a refugee yourself?
Yes.
So you're
It's
still
a political
refugee.
issue for me. Even I'm not living in a tent, but I have this dream to return back for my homeland.
And where's your homeland?
It's a village called Raban from it's one of the Jerusalem villages. So I will not quit dreaming to have my right to return for my. And we have real stories like Al-Malha. Before they built this settlement, Dilo settlement, we used to see Al-Malha from here. It was very fancy village, and it is existing till now. I myself, I visited my house, and they used to go and to visit their houses. But always, if you try just to visit your house, they will throw you away or to take you to the police station, and to sign a papers that you will not return for this place.
We wake up next morning and headed towards the northern city of Jenin, with a population of 40,000 and another 10,000 in the refugee camps. It was known in the ancient time as Aaron Jenin or Tel Jenin, associated with the biblical city of Aaron Gunnan. Jenin is easily accessible by a shared taxi from Buckingham and other Palestinian cities via Ramallah and Nablus. The first place we visit is a central market to check out all of the locally grown fruits and vegetables.
And nice treatment, you will find it in Palestine way more than other places. General people here will ask you to take photos of them and they will be happy to take a photo with you. But just give a smile, approach people with respect, try to shake hands with a basket of food for Palestine. Mainly all of our vegetables and fruits are coming from Jenin and Jericho as well. Well, in this market, mostly I would say 90% is coming from Jenin. It's all,
No chemicals, all natural.
all natural. That's why maybe the flavor is not appealing for someone smoking it for the first time.
This is also you can taste the ultra fresh cheap street food as long as you're able to bring home the meat. Well, let me explain. So as you can see, I just bought those meats from the other butcher shop over there, and now this gentleman is going to help us prepare it, make it into a fresh kebab. This is going to be as fresh as you can get.
I hope we won't get lost.
It's big?
But yeah, it's not that big, so if we get lost, we're not gonna get lost for a long time.
Okay. The market is also called Al Shabak. The old city is just a few feet away. It's home to Jenin's oldest commercial center, dating back to the Ottoman era. The old city consists of mainly tightly packed historical buildings that serve as living space, office space, and workshops. Before leaving the market area, I pay a visit to Project Cinema Jenin, an international charitable effort largely paid for by the German government. Its intention is to encourage a film culture for the residents of Jenin.
Culture things, the music, the singing, everything is start again for the culture, for the theater. Sometimes coming groups make a theater here, sometimes singing, sometimes music. It's very good for us, you know, for our culture.
The cinema also has a guest house for budget travelers that offer both private rooms and dorm beds with a shared kitchen and meals on request. The hilly agricultural village of Bohim is situated approximately 3 kilometers west of Jenin and is home to a population of 7,400, mostly Muslims. It is also home to Church of St. George, considered to be the 5th oldest Christian holy place and the 3rd oldest church in the world.
Third oldest church. Sorry to disappoint you, but still, like, it's very old.
Do you know how old do you know which one's the oldest church? According to Christian tradition, Jesus passed through the Bohim on his way to Jerusalem from Nazareth. And as he was passing by the village, he heard cries for help from 10 lepers, who was isolated and quarantined.
In this church, what happened, there was 10 people who's having like skin disease hiding inside a cave. And when Jesus Christ passed through this village,
he encountered them and passed his hand on their face, and they were immediately cured. Looks really old, like the dagger.
they used to live in that because they had this disease. They didn't want it to be a plague in the village, so they had to hide him here, and it was so much sensitive from the sun, so they wanted to stay in a very dark place, which actually wasn't the right decision to do, because in such a humid place.
Next, we are headed off the beaten path again by traveling to the little-known village of Sebastia, home to a number of impressive archaeological ruins. It's about 12 kilometers northwest of city of Nablus. From there, you can reach the site with a shared taxi located by the Mosaic Factory. The site includes the ancient ruins of Sumer Sebasti, located just above the modern-day village on the eastern slope. The site dominates the hillside and comprises of remains from 6 successive cultures dating back to 10,000 years. This is Sebastia, the capital of Sumer. Now, as you can see in the back, we have a very beautiful Roman theater. Now, this site is actually very significant because this is where Queen Helena and his King Herodos lived, and also contains a prison cell and the final resting place, the tomb for the John the Baptist.
Which was just one small cell. The gate is just over here. You can't take it.
So prison cell.
According to the Hebrew Bible, in the ancient times, several Israelite tribes settled here. The city was destroyed by Alexander the Great in 331 BC and was destroyed again in 108 BC. Pompey rebuilt the town in the year 63 BC. In 27 BC, Augustus Caesar gave it to Herod the Great. Herod expanded and renovated the city and renamed it Sebaste, meaning Augustus, in the emperor's honor. 2,000 years, man. We wander through the village of Sebastia. This is where the tomb of the John the Baptist is located. It's simply amazing how many historical and beautiful structures are here. This is truly off the beaten path hidden treasure, not spoiled by mass tourism.
You can always see if there is another civilizations have been living here.
Oh, clay.
Yeah, you can see it all over.
Along the way to Nablus, we go up a hill and see the little villages of Palestine. This is absolutely a magnificent country. I asked Boo Boo about his old Volkswagen and what will happen if it breaks down. He said that Palestinians are extremely friendly and within 10 minutes a car will likely pass by to offer us help. We end our day by traveling south to Nablus, one of the oldest cities in the world, and possibly first established 9,000 years ago. Located in Palestine's central highland, it is a home to a population of 125,000. Much of the local Palestinian Muslim population is believed to be descended from the Samaritans who converted to Islam. These are all the patterns they produce?
Yeah, and they have more than 500 patterns, and still they are developing new ones right now.
Our first stop is Aslan Tiles. It's the only factory in the Middle East where handmade tiles are produced. Established in the 1930s, it produces over 500 designs of tiles for houses and palaces in Palestine and around the world. Although the price of a square meter is nearly $40, the average lifespan of these handmade tiles is 500 years. The white one?
The main purpose of the white is like a stone to dry. Now they press it with the power of 10 tons.
Wow, wow.
Like this all عندك.
يا مش زهاير.
Most of the metropolitan Nablus is small enough to be navigated on foot, so we decided to walk through the old city, the location of the central market. Public transportation in Nablus is informal and normally done by shared taxi minivans.
So through time, Nablus has been the financial or the economical city in Palestine due to its unique location. So at the entrance of Nablus,
The old city is a large residential and market area featuring many historic buildings and lively street scenes and activities. There are many impressive mosques, markets or souks, Turkish baths, and traditional soap factories.